I walked down a lonely road. I knew nowhere to turn. Greetings and welcome to Believe Something Better, our Bible study of the Berean Study Bible. We're going through Luke right now, and today I'm coming at you with a review of chapter 1. I may not do this all the time, but as we are, we just finished with last week with the end of chapter 1, and as we get ready to move into chapter 2 with the birth of Christ, I felt it was kind of important that we do a little bit of a review of chapter 1 and what we've kind of discussed so far. So we have a few different points that I wanted to cover, and first and foremost, I wanted to cover the importance and the beauty of the way that Luke expresses what he has done. So it's not something that we traditionally see necessarily in a lot of Bible narratives. Like I've thoroughly researched this out. I've gone and talked to eyewitnesses, but that is exactly what Luke is explaining to us. That he's thoroughly researched what he's conveying to us, and he has actually researched this out and giving us as an orderly account as possible, so that way we can know with certainty the things that we've previously been taught or previously read. Because if we're reading just the New Testament in order by this point, first of all, we've read hopefully Genesis through Malachi, and then Matthew, Mark, and now we're in Luke. And so we can know with certainty that Matthew is true, that Mark is true, and now we're going through Luke. And then we see that also in the way that he sets up the story of the story in general in the time of Herod, king of Judea. And in the 6th month after Elizabeth becomes pregnant, God sends the angel Gabriel. She stayed with her 3 months, and then when it came time for Elizabeth to have her child, and so on and so forth. So we have this kind of orderly account set up for us to fully follow what's being said, which is just beautiful. And then we also, it's important for us to see that he's relaying information that is not just from his own mind. It's not just something he sat down and he came up with, or secret revelations, but it's things that people would have known about. So things like, all their neighbors were filled with awe, and people throughout the hill country of Judea were talking about these events. He went and found out the information. And then just, I guess one of the big points for me as I continue going through Luke is just how God works in the natural. He works supernaturally in the natural. One of the points about that Luke is trying to make is that Christ was a genuine man. And so therefore God, in later on in chapter 3, we will see Luke trace Christ's lineage, his family tree, all the way back to Adam, showing that Christ was a genuine man. So in the same way, God doesn't always have to do everything ex nihilo, supernatural. He can just genuinely work through the natural things, like when Mary came to Elizabeth, in verses 26 through the end of her song, 26 through 56, and how the baby kicks or leaps or does a flip or something, and that was a sign to Elizabeth, and therefore to Mary. So also just the don't take things for granted. Don't take your situation for granted. There's two people in the beginning of this narrative who are told that miracles are going to take place in their lives. Zechariah is told that a miracle is going to take place. His wife isn't told, but Zechariah is told that a miracle is going to take place. She's obviously told later, and so is Mary. And one of them can't see it, isn't willing to see it, isn't able to see it, doesn't want to see it, is wished for this so much that maybe he literally can't see what God is willing to do for him. And the other one is told something impossible, something completely supernatural. She, without natural means, is going to conceive a child, and she believes, and so therefore she is blessed. And so that's where we need to be. We need to be on that side. And so that's just the big three takeaways that I've really had from chapter 1, is just the hitting home of that Luke giving us his orderly account, and the beautiful image that we need to take the supernatural seriously. We need to look for how God is working. We need to see how he's working. We need to see what he's doing. We need to see how we need to rejoice with those who are rejoicing and weep with those who are weeping, and just see the Lord working and moving and moving and moving, and he's living and active. His word here, we're studying the Bible, the Holy Bible. His word is living and active. So that, and then also just the don't allow yourself to become embittered to your circumstances. Allow yourself to be open to the Lord's working. Whether that's struggling to get pregnant, I've been there, and as I shared, or it's some other way, financial or something. Don't let yourself become embittered to your situation. And so I don't plan necessarily to do a review every week or every chapter, but I just felt that we needed to, with moving into the narrative about the birth of Christ. I just felt it was important to kind of go over some of the important things that we've seen here, and chapter 1 is just so powerful once you've looked at the application that we can get from it. So that was just my kind of takeaway from this and from chapter 1. And so next week we're going to move into chapter 2. We're going to be doing verses 1 at least through 7. I'm hoping to get through all the way through verse 20, but we'll see, Lord willing. We'll see where he leads us. And that's our episode for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you guys like this. If you did, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe down below and hit that bell, so that way every time that we upload a video, you'll be notified. And as always, I'm praying that we're helping you to believe in something better.